camera angle nailed.
Well, yeah, I don't have the camera angle nailed. You have to scooch over because this, it doesn't like show you everything's all dorked up. Are you all right? Chris is going to fix it, you guys. There we go. Oh, Chris, you're so good at this.
Well, I try, Matt,
Hey, so there's so much cool stuff going on in the comment section.
Oh, is there?
Yes. There's a couple things though from early on. Keith, not Keith, Kevin Morris wanted to know something about our 3-neck guitar. And I think maybe he got it kind of, hey, cut it out. I think he got it mixed up because that was the winning guitar in last year's Great Guitar Build.
2020.
Yes. So our guitar won last year, but we did not enter a guitar this year. So yeah.
Correct.
So Kevin, if I am answering your question properly, I hope that I am, but let me know if you have more questions about our 2020 Great Guitar Build-Off entry and winner. Do you know that this is probably one of the last times that we will be able to say that this is the only live question and answer, live hangout with Great Guitar Build-Off winners? Because whoever wins like next or this year will be able to start their own live thing. And then we won't be able to say we're the only ones who've ever won. But right now, so wait a minute. So the guy there is one other guy who has won the invitational thing, that's what we were part of last year, right? So we can't say that anymore.
No.
Unless, I don't know if that guy's gonna make his own podcast.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, maybe, yeah.
What he does, but
yeah,
we can still say it.
Well, and we will, yeah. So, do you know what I have here, Chris?
A template?
Yes, I do. You know why I have this template?
Because somebody asked about the double cut?
No.
Oh.
Because I got a new shirt today. I have a shirt with a picture of me on my shirt. Compliments of Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone and Leslie from Dylan Talks Tone. So Mr. and Mrs. Talks Tone sent me a shirt. I don't know. Do you know anybody who wears a shirt with a picture of them on the shirt?
No.
I don't either. But if you guys want to, I don't know if this is a shirt that's available on Dylan.
I really hope he makes it available because I'd like to own one.
You know why, Chris? Cutoffs for life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Holy mackerel. So, yeah, check it out, you guys. And there's me in my Daisy Dukes right by the General Lee. I haven't worn my my cutoffs this week, but maybe tomorrow.
Maybe boy.
Tomorrow. Yeah. The whole world is my proctologist in those. So anyway, man, it's been a crazy week, dude. Time for a beer. So guys, this is the weekly Q&A thing that we do most weeks. If you have any questions for us about guitar building, please put a buttload of question marks.
Yeah, put a bunch of question marks.
A buttload. That way we know who's asking questions.
Yeah.
So, but there's a bunch of people here already. The Dangerous Brothers are here.
Yep.
Jim Jam Jimmy is here. Well, he's actually not here.
From Joliet.
Yeah, his mom's birthday party is tomorrow, I think he said. So that's very cool. So lots and lots and lots of good stuff. And so many people here. Richard is here. Kevin is here. Let's see.
Leslie from Dylan Talks
I saw
Mascara.
I saw Dylan and Leslie are here. I don't know why I spaced them out, but I did. Zitherbeast is here. He's having an earthquake. SweetT Guitars is here. So Steve Folino is here, and he's gonna be here very soon. Like he's gonna be in the shop.
Who?
Steve Areno.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyhow,
shut up.
So Joe wants to know how many question marks are in a buttload.
That's enough. Right
I would
there.
say five is the minimum.
Yeah, 4 to 5. 3, I'll see that.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
SS is here. Boutique Builds is here. So
Okay, there we go.
I got an email, Chris, today from I think his name is Jason or something, from Great Guitar Build Off. As you guys may know, it's not just Ben that does everything at Crimson. Ben is a one of the owners or something, maybe, we don't know. And he's the figurehead, or he's the guy who is in the videos. You know, I don't know if he's an instructor or not. I have no idea what Ben does. But what I do know is it's not just Ben doing every single thing at Crimson. So I got a message from somebody from Crimson, the Great Guitar Build Off, not Ben. And it was, here's a list of the top 10 scratch build and top 10 kit build. And I don't know, but I believe as voted on by y'all.
That's the way I read it.
So you read it?
No, I didn't read that, but that's the way I remember them saying that we were going to be.
I have the email, and we could probably pull it up, but rest assured, we haven't done anything with it. We haven't even looked at the pictures. And I want to save that for Chris and I would really like to just, you and I sit down, we'll do a video, and I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll do
two
it.
computers. We don't have to, and then we can do some fancy editing maybe.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, we'll sit there and talk about it and look them up, and
yeah, and we can add the pictures later on, because everybody bitched and bellyached about the way that we were doing those reaction videos.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use that software anymore. But and furthermore, I'm not going to sit through 20 videos. All I need to see is the picture of the guitar. You know what I mean? If we want to deep dive into the video, we will. But we don't.
Yeah.
For the purposes of what this video should be about, we don't need to do that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we could watch a little bit of it, get a feel for the
Just let the camera run and see, and then edit down.
No. Yeah.
Which is it?
We'll figure it out.
Okay. But I'm excited to see what everybody picked.
Yeah.
And it makes life easy for us because we don't have to sift through. There was like 500 things. So yeah. So I hope that someone's wearing cutoffs.
Seems like a lot.
Just saying.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things I'm hoping that Mumbling Productions is in, because I love his videos.
And I don't know. I have no idea who's in it.
And don't tell us.
Yeah, don't say.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. But
don't spoil it.
I think his videos go a long way towards his presentation. So yeah. There's probably other people that are making entertaining videos too.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Do you think that any of the judging videos are going to be as entertaining as ours? No, I don't. I wonder what they're even going to do, because they haven't talked about it at all.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? I subscribe to everybody's thing, and I didn't see, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I write songs for John Mayer, and I'm going to talk about Great Guitar Build Off. That didn't happen. So it doesn't mean, some people are busier than I am, and some people have lives, and I clearly don't. So
yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of the video that I did yesterday? Guitar building basics. I went back to the well.
I didn't watch it. I heard it.
You were here the whole time
because the room is so loud over there. You can't help but hear everything. But I thought it was good. I was here when you were editing it.
Yeah.
I think I have a feel for how it was.
Well, yeah, so, but I mean, do you think? I think that people. I got a lot of positive feedback. Hey, this is cool. This is kind of why I watch your channels for these things anyway, not to watch you drink beer and tell dick and fart jokes. Which
maybe we could combine the dick and fart jokes with the loud room.
Some people were telling me that I need to get acoustic baffling in the shop, and I need to get that's really echoey and it's really boomy in there. I know.
We know.
You know why I know? Because Texas Toast is a working shop. A lot of famous YouTube guitar builders that you see probably aren't in a real live shop. They're probably on a sound stage somewhere.
They have every tool they own on a back wall,
yeah,
in front of a camera.
Yeah, then it's not really a shop. Yeah, yeah, and it's all for show. And I'm not saying they don't know what they're doing, but they're not in a real shop. They're in a studio. So Chris and I are in a real shop that we come to every day. This is how we earn our living. And yeah, YouTube is great, but we're not in the YouTube business.
No.
We're in the guitar building business. And we like to make YouTube videos, but and frankly, without YouTube, we wouldn't be doing as well as we are. So big ups to YouTube.
Yeah.
But we don't have a dedicated, set for these videos.
Yeah.
We move around and go to real tools, and it's the real McCoy.
Yeah.
So you probably will not be seeing any changes, or I'm sorry, hearing any changes to the really echoey, boomy room. And if that is something you don't like, then there's any number of guys who have camera crews doing videos instead of building guitars. Watch them. Okay, what's up with you, Chris? How are you? Are you okay? What did that come off wrong?
Kind of.
Well, okay.
I don't like it. Go watch somebody else. I don't care.
I don't want to. I like to think that I'm an honest person with the people who watch and people who like us. Mm-hmm. And it's not a giant number. We don't have
us.
Yeah, we don't have 300,000 subscribers. Correct. We have not even 30,000.
Yeah, yeah.
We do not even have a tenth of what some of those guys have. But yeah. And I think the reason is because we're straight shooters. People know what they're gonna get, and yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. We could my main reason for wanting to do something with the shop as far as sound is because it's just really, really loud in there, and you go in and you work and it's loud.
I wear headphones a lot. Yeah.
And
like
so that would be nice. And maybe we'll figure out a good, cheap way to do something that doesn't take a lot of time, but I'm not really ready to spend a bunch of money to do it.
Well, because I think what would happen too is it would just be a giant dust collector.
It might. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
we need more drapes.
More drapey, billowy things. Well, SweetT said that he would send us a bunch of canvas, and I'm like, I appreciate the offer, but I don't know what I would do with it.
Well, we could. Yeah, I think we could like hang it from.
It'd be like
it'd
be like a Sultan's tent.
It would be. It would look exactly like a Sultan's basketball court.
Yeah. All right, let's jump right in. How are you today, Chris?
I'm good.
Okay, good. Hope everyone's doing well.
Working hard on
guitars.
Yeah, hard on. Then he said hard on. All right, so Kevin Morris wants to know, is it better to make a multi-piece neck to reorient the grain if you can't get great quarter sawn wood?
Oh, absolutely. If you want vertical grain wood, Kevin, thank you for that question, by the way. Excellent question. If you want vertical grain lumber, that's a great way to get it. I would go as far as to say it is better than having a single piece neck that's vertically oriented. So if you watch the video that we did, I think it's called "What the Hell's a Hamer Stress Neck." We talked about that. There was a time when Hamer was unable or unwilling to source really, really nice vertical grain wood. So they came up with what they called the stress neck, which is basically a 3-piece neck. Mm-hmm. Now imagine to do this right, you would need 12-quarter mahogany or maple, because it has to be wide enough for the fretboard to go on. Even if you glue on wings for the headstock, it has to be wide enough. 8-quarter is not going to do it. So it has to be 12-quarter, vertically oriented to the fretboard, perpendicular to the fretboard. And if you glue 2 pieces of 8-quarter together, that's great. But it's hard to get really, really dry 8-quarter. You know what? It's easier to get really, really dry 4-quarter. So if you got dry 4-quarter like Hamer did and glued it up so that the grain was vertical, you make a very, very stable neck. And lots of people have done that. You know, my Dan Armstrong has that because it's a 2008. It wasn't one where they had all vertical grain. Don't some of your favorites, the Yamaha SGs, have 2-piece laminate necks?
I don't believe so.
But they have vertical grain necks?
Yeah, well, it depends. The early guitars, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really nice wood on the necks. The later ones, the 67s,
okay,
not as much, more straight grain.
Having said that, though, we use a lot of flat sawn lumber for necks, and we don't really have any issues.
No,
mostly because the truss rods that we use are good, and the fretboards that we use are thick. And we let the necks do what they're going to do, and yeah.
So early on, I remember you were gluing up. We usually talk about two styles of necks: Fender style and Texas Toast style.
Yeah.
And Fender necks fit predictably Fender type instruments. And you start with 5/4 or maybe really good 4/4
Boy,
wood.
if you start with 4, you got to have it be spot on.
Yeah. It's got to be really good. But for a while, early on, you were gluing up Fender style necks, and all the Toasterites, daily drivers.
They did have
glued up,
and there was a ton of fleck on them, which looked cool.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Well, I know why.
It takes more time.
Yeah, 'cause it takes more time, and but and I think maybe we did that because we couldn't get anything else.
Yeah,
at that point,
we
didn't have anything.
We
else.
weren't really satisfied with what we were using, and we wanted to use.
Yeah, so we did that.
What about this? Do you? I mean, we've made lots and lots and lots of guitars. Some of them have vertical grain necks, and some of them have flat sawn, or some have necks that are grain is perpendicular to the fretboard, and some that's parallel.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it doesn't. The grain orientation has a lot less to do with it, I think, than the run out of the grain. And that's where the grain shoots off to the side. You know what I mean? You want that grain to be nice and straight. And if it's nice and straight and then takes a turn and goes off the board, you don't want that for your neck.
Yeah.
So, okay.
There's lots of talk of earthquakes and
there's hurricanes and earthquakes, and man, we're doing good here in Colorado, you guys. I hope that you're doing well too.
There's no questions.
Okay, well,
let's talk about something else. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
this just came in.
Just in.
This just in.
Hot off the press.
Stephen George questions. In your opinion, what's a good premium quality glued neck kit guitar company in North America? I don't know.
I have no idea.
There's that guy, the Fretwire, that has. That's that kit that I have. Doesn't seem horrible.
Would you say that that's good or not good?
I would say mostly that's good.
So North America,
because
so
I'm not
the United States and Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I haven't seen that many kits.
No, I haven't.
You know, and some of this I'm actually getting from Dan Thompson. Dan Thompson is the reason I own that kit. And next time I see Dan Thompson, I'm just going to give him that kit.
Are you?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, maybe. But you know, I got it and I thought, oh, this will be fun.
Maybe we should bust it out.
Maybe. Right now.
Yeah, I'm breaking the fifth wall.
We haven't looked at it in a year.
So this is okay. So this is from So guys, this is a rare thing. Chris is going to bust out a guitar kit that he bought years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I think.
And I think it's covered in dust. And it's from the Fretwire.
It's got a washer on it.
It's got a washer. Where's it from, Chris?
This is from thefretwire.com.
Okay, so
this is what they called their rockabilly kit.
The rockabilly kit. Okay, so here is the rockabilly kit body, and I'm gonna go out on a limb. Let's just look at it here. I mean, this is clearly an plywood top, but you know what? So are all the Gretchens. So don't be fooled by that. It's got binding and purfling on the top and just binding on the back. F-holes are bound too. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool.
That's the first time I noticed that.
Now the binding's not really thick. It looks like it's about 50 thousandths, maybe 60 thousandths, something like that. It's routed for two humbuckies, and there's nowhere for knobs. Do you get to drill for those?
Yeah, this was the if you're so smart, drill your own knobs.
Okay.
He didn't call it that, but that was basically what he was saying.
All right.
Because, this guitar originally has way too many knobs, including one that's gotten the nickname Mud Switch.
That's right. There's one here and one or two here and four here. And,
there's 2 volumes.
Okay. So that's cool. So this
master
appears
volumes.
to be a maple plywood back and top and sides. And okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying this is like ready to rock, but doesn't look too bad.
I thought the body was actually pretty nice.
And that's where we part company with the kit, right? Is the neck kind of gets a little less fun.
I think we're next snobs.
We are next. So let's
move on.
change. Okay. So, do you want to put the neck in there or
no? Well,
Okay.
we can do that when we get to that part.
All right.
Let's
so
take a look at the neck.
So the neck is a this is a scarf joint headstock, which that's fine. This is a flat sawn everything. This needs to be different. I think they could have just done one big chunk. There's no reason to have this here.
Correct, and that's a problem on this kit. This
Yeah.
particular kit.
It appears to be, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this appears to be a fender thickness neck with another chunk of maple glued onto it to get it up to the right thickness, right? And okay. So, and then it's got another piece down here. You can really see it on the end. So if you're going to paint it, white or something, then you'll never see that. And maybe that's what they expected. Rosewood.
It's not. It's some sort of.
It's brown wood. It's probably
might not even
Cataloche
wood.
or
I don't even know that it's wood.
Granadillo or something. It looks like Cataloche or Granadillo. I don't know. Bound neck. The frets need some work. The headstock is kind of lame. I like that there's no inlay. That's cool. You might not like that, but I don't know. So, and it looks like it's got the same truss rod that everybody in the world uses now.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this neck? I remember that we kind of gave it the critical. We kind of gave it the once over and said, yeah, it's all right. And then we gave it the critical look and it was like, oh, that sucks rocks.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought about building a new neck for it, but that seemed like an awful lot of work for essentially what is a kit body. And that's when I think I started losing interest in it.
I think we talked about, well, what if we rebound the body and made the binding bigger and yada, yada, yada.
I'm even okay with that. This just isn't a very, ultimately for me, and this isn't the question that they asked, but for me to spend all the time doing this and making this kit good, it's still going to be a kit.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 15 hours.
You're going to be unhappy with the result because you're a
10
guitar
hours of
maker,
paint.
not a kit assembler.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, you guys.
This isn't my first rodeo, but this may end up looking like my first rodeo if I'm not careful. So
okay, so what does the neck to body fit look like?
It's a little better now because I worked on it, but it wasn't red hot, and that was one of the problems. Is this wedgie thing, and I have no idea because it's been sitting underneath a bench for.
Needs to come up.
Okay, there we go. Like, it doesn't fit at all. In it.
No, it really
just drops
sucks.
right in.
Yeah, I think you got it pretty close.
I'm not gonna.
Is it super tight? Yeah, we were bummed out by
Blew it
this.
up.
See this right here? I think you'd need to reshape this.
Yeah, I've drawn,
we even drew
I've
some
drawn some lines on there, and I think I did well, except. Can you see?
Yeah, there's a gap.
There's a gap
in
there,
which
that I'm
is
not in love with. This side's okay. I could probably finagle it a little bit.
I'm sure you could get it,
but
if you worked with it, you could probably get it to be okay. And I I don't know. I mean, so as far as kits go, though, I don't have a whole lot of experience with kits.
This is the only kit I've ever bought. This is the only kit I've ever really looked at closely. We were at NAMM and we looked at a bunch of kits, but really we looked at them in the box and went, "Oh, looks pretty good." It's fine. Yeah. And I've heard lots of, man, this thing is dusty as heck. I've heard lots and lots of good things about this guy, and people seem to like their kits, and they're reasonable in price. The hardware was.
Now, here's the thing. North American kits. This guy's only the distributor.
Correct.
So every kit you get probably, how about this? The majority of kits that you get are probably going to be from an Asian country. That might be just fine. It might be lame. So buyer beware. But yeah, I mean, I think you could put that together and have it be, I don't know.
I think it'd be a
cool guitar.
For a lot of people, it'd be a really, really fun project.
Yeah.
For me,
okay.
Probably not.
I mean, I look at it and I'm like, we should probably do something with it. And I'm like,
I was actually thinking about it not all that long ago. I'm like, maybe we should get that back out and look at it and do something with it. And now I'm back to I don't want to do it.
All right.
So
looks like we missed a super chat from BK. BK, did I tell you BK is sending us another care package?
He told me he was planning on doing that.
I hope it's not sawdust because we have enough of that. BK is
look
cool.
How big the neck hole is in this shirt.
Maybe you should get one of these. Look at mine. Mine's like, I'm jacked in my cutoffs for life shit. Yeah. And it's got a picture of me on it too. Anyway, so BK says, how's the Moore Paul build going? Looks killer on the picture. It is awesome. I love that guitar.
What did they do with it?
You were showing it to Bobby. And that guitar is rad. I love everything about it. And it's you were wet sanding it, right? So it's going to be ready for buffing here in a little bit. And it needs to have fret dressing done and then assembly. And of course, there's lots and lots of little steps that go into putting any guitar together. So so this is more or less level sanded, right?
Yeah, it's ready for buffing at this point.
I love this guitar so much. Yeah.
This is what they look like before they're ready for buffing or before they're buffed.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know why Ace Frehley plays a Les Paul?
Because he's the coolest.
Because they don't make a Les Jean. Maybe we should call this the Les Jean. All right, let's see here what we got here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit, and I know that it sounds like there's earthquakes and fires and mudslides and hurricanes and disasters everywhere. Killer bees,
hornets.
So here, SweetT says Warmoth. If you want an American-made guitar, but he was the question from Kevin was set neck style. You could absolutely glue one of those in, but Warmoth is probably your best bet for an American-made, American-produced kit. There's lots and lots and lots of guys out there, but Warmoth is the biggest. So
JC, I'm going to ask JC a question.
Okay.
You like Buckethead? Says Buckethead's signature LP has no inlays.
That's right. It doesn't.
That's cool.
And it's 27-inch or 27.5-inch scale, I think.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. You're from Colorado, right? Is that a question? No.
Well, it is.
You like Buckethead?
You like Buckethead?
Yeah. You're from Colorado.
Yeah. I have no idea what the Buckethead
right?
connection.
So the question is, right?
Right? Yes. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any other questions? There's got to be something, right? Right? You like Buckethead? I couldn't tell you anything about Buckethead at all.
He played in Guns N' Roses for a Red Hot.
But I couldn't tell. Like, I'm sure there's a Buckethead song that I
so you could play me some Buckethead, and I'd go.
I don't know, Buckethead. Yeah. Frankly, I'm lost with all of those virtuoso players. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where Steve Vai stops and Joe Satriani starts, or Buckethead ends and Yngwie Malmsteen picks up. I am clueless. I don't know.
You like your rock and roll from the.
I want it. Yeah, I like it visceral. Yeah. Jim and I were talking about some ideas for the beer.
Oh yeah.
And I think we've come up with a name.
Okay, good.
What do you think about this, Chris? And guys, I want to know your opinion too.
You like Buckethead.
You like Buckethead? I think it should be called Power Chord Red. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Powder Keg Red.
I was also considering Power Chord Cannonball, but yeah, I think that one got nixed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like Power Chord. Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah. Hey, we have a question.
All right.
We have two.
All right.
Matt, did I hear you say you're allergic to rosewood?
Who asked that?
Doug Santaniello.
Doug asked, am I allergic to rosewood? Yes, Doug, and so are you. Rosewood is a lot like poison ivy. Everybody has a certain level of allergic reaction to it. And the more you work with it, the more sensitive to that wood and lots of other woods you get.
No, I think it has to be probably more in like a dust form, right?
No, I have heard from people that like playing a guitar with a rosewood fretboard.
For some people, but not everybody.
Yeah, for people with really, really bad allergies, playing a guitar with a rosewood fretboard will make their hands break out.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
Same with like nickel steel frets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, rosewood is absolutely a toxic thing, especially when it's particulate and airborne.
Yeah, that's when Matt really has fun.
I really, really have to watch myself when I work with that because it's bad. So dust collection is really important for me when it comes to working with rosewood of any kind. And so when people say I want a rosewood neck, I'm always like, oh God, I don't want to do that. But yeah. Rosewood is a sensitizer, which means you might work with rosewood for 20 years and never experience any allergic reaction. And then one day you have like, you look like a lizard man. That's what happened to me. So.
Yep. Poor Matt.
Uh-huh.
Corey Forgrave gives $5 and
hey,
asks,
Corey's going to be here too.
Cool. Oh yeah. I emailed him.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
If using water slide decal for headstock, do you have to spray it with acrylic or anything to prep it before applying it? Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
If you don't, the water
just
will
printed it. Yeah. Water will just wipe it right off. Yeah. So as soon as you dunk it in the water, it'll go away. I usually just use the cheapest lacquer I can buy at Home Depot. Yeah.
Yep. Because you just need a little bit of it.
Yeah. You don't have to coat it. It's just to seal it up for a few minutes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff with water slide decals in the past. What's your favorite? We've experimented with the die cut stuff. We've experimented with water slide. We've done CNC headstock. Mm-hmm. We've done inlay. We've done what's your favorite?
Water slide. Well, if you're making your own water slides, mm-hmm. you usually can't print metallic unless you have a pretty high-end setup.
Guys jump through all sorts of hoops to
do that. Yeah. Water slide, they all have their place. I mean, I like good water slides. I don't know that making my own, if it's just black ink, yeah, that's cool. But if you're, trying to reproduce a classic somebody else one, then sometimes that doesn't work and you have to use good paper. The vinyl that we use is fun. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's cool. You can also use that to paint. You can use that as a stencil,
right?
Yeah. And paint the logo on. That's fun. I've actually thought about doing some of that with maybe pearl on headstocks. Mm-hmm. Now that we have we can get some cool pearls and things like that.
Yep.
That would be a fun thing to do. And engraving headstocks is pretty neat.
I think when we do build classic Fender guitar classes, everybody gets to get their own logo on the headstock, and it looks way cooler than no logo.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
In a lot of ways, it is a legit.
Oh yeah,
because I've seen other brands. Yeah, have that exact thing, and the reason we do it is because we don't have more time, and they do it because it's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess we do it because it's cool too. Yeah.
It's neat too if you've got, like, if you're doing an oil neck, it's impossible to do it right with a decal or a water slide or something like that. So yeah. So the CNC for the Headstock logo makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Joe wants to know how hot is it in Colorado?
99 today.
99 today, but it's been nice the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Oh no, I should say it's 99 every day. Don't move here. And in the winter, it's 40 below and polar bears.
Do you remember when we were in my home shop, aka my garage, how miserable it was most of the time?
Yeah, there was like
it was
3 days
awful.
that was nice. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. And we'd sit around the shop and pretend it wasn't hot.
It would get, so there was no air conditioning in the shop. There was fans sometimes.
Yeah.
And we experimented with a couple of AC things, and it just did. We had so many things jammed in there that we had to open the shop door, the garage door, and spill out into the driveway. So I was like, all right, so AC was out of the question. Winter wasn't as bad because we had that kick-ass heater that would get rocket hot.
Yeah, that was actually okay.
But you couldn't.
But then you couldn't go outside.
You could, so you're falling all over Matt's junk everywhere, and it was everywhere. Now we're really spoiled because we have climate-controlled workshop and wood shop. It's 72 degrees in here now. It's
sometimes it's 73, and I start getting a
like,
sweaty.
yeah.
What the hell's going on? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah. All right. Liam asks,
hey, Liam,
should nut slots be angled toward the tuning pegs, or should they be filed straight? Is some angle okay?
I like to angle them.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the guitar. If it's everybody insists on totally straight pull.
That's funny. Yeah.
You know, and I think that's because of Les Pauls, and those things are really, really angled.
Yeah.
And in that situation, I would say feel free to angle them.
Yeah, no sweat. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still going to bind a little bit just because it's got a bend in it. There's only so much you can do, and whether it goes through, at a slight angle or the exact angle that it's going to.
Is he talking about the angle from the nut to the headstock though?
No, I think he's talking about the actual string angle.
Oh,
we should talk about both of these.
All right, let's talk about string angle off the nut.
Off the nut, yeah. So
again, guys, the Stratocaster is the best, is the headstock against which all others should be judged, and the Les Paul is the worst against which all others shall be judged,
except for the Modern, which is
but I mean, given that there's more of the Strats and Les Paul, everyone knows that. So the strings coming off the nut on a Les Paul, they do in fact break on this angle. They don't come off perfectly straight. You know what I mean? Like on a Strat, they come off straight and go to the tuners.
Correct.
And in a perfect world, the strings should come off the tuners, or off the nut, and be perfectly straight to the tuner. Okay, so again, let me make sure I got this right. Ideally, the strings should go from the bridge all the way straight, perfectly straight, off of the nut to the tuner. Now, everybody gets wrapped up around the axle about your strings are or are not perfectly straight out of the nut to the tuner on one plane. Nobody ever says, what about this plane? So obviously, if you've got a 14 or 17 or whatever degree headstock this is, it's going to, even if these were dead straight off of the nut to the tuner, you still have a 14 degree break angle off the nut. And by the way, guys, Strats are just as bad. Strats are bad too. They're not as bad as this, but there's a break angle off of the nut on a Strat. It's just not in it's not in the plane that you look at from the front. You have to look at it from the side. The strings don't come off perfectly straight. Eddie Van Halen spent hours getting his guitar so that they were like, the strings were like as straight and as perfect as he could get them out of the nut. Remember, he like wind the strings up instead of down. So he would do all kinds of wacky stuff.
He didn't want big break angle over the nut.
Yeah.
Just the nut.
So rather than having the strings wind and go down, he would wind them down and have them go up.
Yeah.
So that they came off straight off of this plane
on the
too.
I could see wanting to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is
that was before he had the Floyd.
Yeah, but when you're cutting the nut, this one that you cut that angle for that low E isn't that drastic. This one for the D string is a lot is a lot deeper.
Yeah, on an angled headstock,
a lot more angled. Yeah, and it's opposite on a Fender, the E, A, and D.
Yeah.
You know, they start out really steep, and they slowly do this. And you can, if you take one of those guitars and look at it, and you can go, oh yeah, I see what they're talking about. And you don't want the nut, you don't want the string to ride over that nut flat and then drop off. Or you don't even really want it to ride, you know, sort of at the right angle and then drop off. You want it to just touch the front of the nut, and that's it. That's why, you know, there's a lot of hang up. You know, people talk about tuning stability. It's usually at the nut. Tuning
stability seems to be, unlike a modern instrument, tuning stability is like everyone's hot button thing. Yeah. Like, oh, that guitar won't stay in tune.
Yeah.
Get bent. I mean, that is the fodder of the forum lurker to like go, oh, I really want to buy one of these, but the strings don't come off the nut exactly perfectly straight.
And really there's so much more that goes into making a nut properly.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we were talking about was you know, running the strings straight over the nut or angling them depending on where the tuning peg is.
People complain and whine and bitch to no end about the Les Paul headstock, and that the G is angled too much. That's why the G always goes out of tune on a Les Paul. You know what no one ever says when they say my G string always goes out of tune on my Les Paul? They always blame it on the neck angle and the break angle off the nut. They never say it's the biggest unwound string or the littlest wound string. That's got a lot to do with it too. So yeah, there's so many things about tuning stability. Like it's like somehow or another, Angus Young is out of tune all the time, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Some of that G and B, I think, are because just the way that tuning works, and your ear can't necessarily hear.
You are 100%
an A that's out that same little amount, but you can definitely hear it when the G is out that same little amount. You know, because I can tune by ear pretty well. Would you grab me one of those? Yeah, I'll take a Henry, please. I can tune pretty well until I get to the G, and then things start going, you know, pretty haywire. And I think I got it, but I don't.
Man, I want to.
And you
want to show off my shirt.
You know, if you tune by harmonics,
or
you tune with a whole lot of gain, and you hit that note, and it's just like, geez, and you sort of tweak it. But then if you check with the tuner, it's not necessarily right. Yeah. It just sounds right.
The guitar is imperfect, which is one of the things I like about
everything. Yeah, tuning is imperfect. Yeah. The musical scale is imperfect. So
there's a funny article.
It's like we need a leaf note every 4 years.
Yeah. There's an article in this issue of Premier Guitar, or last month, or however they do it online. You can look up Premier Guitar. Check out Joel Danzig's article about tuning and compensated nuts and compensated frets and things. And he's like, it's neat to be able to go, this is perfectly in tune with a keyboard or whatever, but it doesn't sound right. You know, so anyway, so check that out if you guys want to know more about it. If you want to deep dive while you're battening down the hatches, or after you get the hatches battened down.
Yep. Doug says, I heard you should wind the G opposite on a Les Paul.
That has never been my experience.
I don't know.
But maybe. Give it a try.
I've seen people wind strings all sorts of weird ways.
Strings are one of those things like, okay, Chris. You're at Texas Toast Guitars, Build a Classic Something guitar class. And it's Friday. And how many people know how to put strings on? Everybody says, I do. And when Chris and I look at it, we're like, you don't know. And that's just part of that is Matt just barking at everybody.
There have been several people that did in fact do a fine job of putting on strings.
That is 100% correct.
A lot of people that we didn't think they put strings on as well as they could.
What do you suppose the biggest help for string changing is for modern guitars?
For string changing, probably locking tuners.
Locking tuners. That was a softball. Yeah, I was like, it's almost like even if you
that string winder.
That is cool.
That's pretty neat.
But yeah, like I think I almost am thinking like all of our guitars should have locking tuners, but I love the way the exposed gear looks without the lock.
Yeah,
and I think it's better without it. So that's a purely aesthetic thing. But
yeah, and winding strings is. There's a couple of tricks here and there, and every guitar comes with its own set of measuring devices.
That's right. Not everyone knows that.
Yeah, you just need to know what the measurement is.
If you want to get some training, you can come here to Texas Toast Guitars and take classes.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we've got to get 2022 classes up because we're only 5 months away from that year, and if people want to come, say in January or February or March, they got to have some time to plan. So we have to get that. And you and I have been talking about doing it. We just haven't.
I was even thinking about that this morning while I was out riding my bicycle.
Okay.
And and thought, we'll definitely
do that.
The first thing Matt says today when I walk in is, we need to get going on these classes. And I'll be like, yeah, we do.
Well, why don't we do that like in the very, very, very
yes.
future? Like this week. Let's do that.
Yeah.
This week is almost over.
It is. Yeah. You take one day off and next thing you know, you're a day behind.
That's how it works.
Weird. Yeah.
All right. Are there any more questions?
There are, but I keep messing up my my computer.
I love that people hang out with us and want to be here for this.
Yeah.
There's 156 people joining us. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Guys, while y'all are here and Chris is looking for some questions, I want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. Of course, Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Check out Ike and Dylan and all the guys down there, Nico and MJ and that other guy and the bald guy and the guy with the glasses and the mustache kid. No, I don't know. I'm making up people. I'm making up guys.
14-year-old mustache kid.
Flipside is our favorite guitar store. You can find Texas Toast Guitars there, and they're always cool people. And they're moving to a super cool facility, which, as I've said multiple times, is going to be the premier destination for anyone into guitars if they come to Denver. So Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, check them out. They're open every single day, and the website is open all the hours that their regular store is closed. I'd like to thank Todd at SweetT Guitars. I think we have a box coming tomorrow.
Oh,
he sent me a message. He said, I just got off the phone with the Postmaster General. Or maybe it was the Colonel, or I don't know. But anyway, there's going to be a box that's going to be here tomorrow. SweetT Guitars sends us so much cool stuff. And we've got a guitar that's coming up that needs something rad. And I think we're going to dive into our reserve of SweetT paint and what do you think about that for that one? Okay. Yeah. So if you guys need a cool color for your custom guitar, link in the description below to Todd. He will absolutely hook you guys up.
A guitar tomorrow with a cool Todd color.
That's right. We have
an original
double reveal tomorrow, and one of them has
we're not saying what the name is.
No, but one of them has a Todd exclusive to Texas Toast paint.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
I'd also like to thank Dan and Calvin at Guitar Wood Experts. Guys, if you need any body or neck wood, vertical grain or otherwise, check those guys out. If you need the super custom pins to line up your fretboards, they can hook you up with the master pin maker who makes 5/64 pins out of maple.
We paid $3 a piece for this.
I know. I just throw them away. I just chew on them.
And you're cutting them in half.
I cut them in half. Yeah, I go crazy with
the whole rest of it away.
So check out Guitar Wood Experts. If you come to a class here at Texas Toast, it is very likely that you will be using wood from Guitar Wood Experts. So Dan and Calvin are super cool guys, and check them out. Finally, John and Cheryl from Bitterroot Guitars. I wonder if they're on vacation because there's talk of us doing videos for them, and I haven't heard back from John or Cheryl. And they are usually Johnny on the spot. So they might be, or maybe they got busy. So I need to call them.
Yeah, good.
We get a lot of cool stuff from Bitterroot Guitars, and there's a coupon code in the description below. So check them out. And of course, we are Hipshot distributors. We love Hipshot stuff. Tuners, bridges, everything we get from Hipshot is tier 1 stuff as far as I'm concerned. People are going to be like, well, it's not tier 1. I like this guy's stuff. Oh, yeah. Does he make anything in gold? Well, no, but yeah. Okay. Then go pound sand, because if all somebody makes is, a brushed nickel thing, that's cool. But what if I want, if all you make is a telly bridge, that's awesome. But I need who makes tuners besides Hipshot?
Yep.
Yeah. Some people, but Hipshots are the best. So
Yep.
All right.
Got a couple more questions.
Okay.
Zitherbeast wants to know what we think of 1/8" plug-in for pickups that allow you to swap out pickups with ease. Any thoughts on that?
1/8" plugins. You like the EMG stuff?
No, he's talking. I think there's more and more companies. The first one that I saw was Guitar Fetish.
Okay.
Do it, and you just plug the pickup in. It makes wiring easier because you don't have to have the pickup in the guitar.
How is that unlike the?
Well, it's very. I was going to get to the EMGs.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The one weird thing is they have wiring harnesses. It's not as plug and play as you would think, because they have, like say a P90 only has really 2 wires. You got a hot and a ground, and then you might have a shield that you run to ground as well. And a humbucker with 4 coils or with 4 wires, you're not going to be able to plug that into your P90 wiring.
Yeah,
I'd like to see more standardization of some of that stuff, but I don't.
So is there a wire that plugs into a potentiometer or a switch, and then it plugs into the pickup too?
No, it doesn't plug into the potentiometer. You still have to wire that up.
Okay, so in that regard, EMG is like the hot setup.
And so EMG stuff is really neat. Because it's all plug and play. There's zero soldering.
I'm sure there's other companies who offer that. I know EMG
more and
does.
more, and there's some companies that are now doing solderless pots. But I haven't really looked at all that much. But I think basically what they are is just little screw terminals that you can plug stuff in and screw it down, and that seems perfectly legit. Maybe more legit than soldering.
Who has the coolest? Quick-O, change-O pickup arrangement. This is a trick question. Dan Armstrong.
Oh yeah, I was getting there.
So back in the 60s, Dan Armstrong had there were jacks on the pickup, and
they were like banana jacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the male part was in the guitar, and you would slide the pickup in. There was a ramp. There was a scoop out, so you could do it while the strings were on it. There was a little locking thing on the back, a little locking nut. Yeah. You could loosen that up, pull the pickup out, slide the new one in, and lock it down. So cool. Until you go, ooh, but I want a DiMarzio Super Distortion. Oh, well, we don't have that.
No, we don't have that. And I from what I read, the swappable pickups were a little spendy.
They're really expensive. I think Ken Armstrong will make you one now, and I think they're a couple $100.
Yeah. Well, and
because they're encased in epoxy.
But I'll bet you back in the olden days, when were those guitars made? Early 70s,
late 60s, early 70s. Okay. I think. Yeah.
I'll bet you one of those pickups was almost that much then.
Well, the guitars in the 60s and 70s came with 2. The basses didn't have switch-o change-o-able.
Came with 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
In when they reintroduced them in 2007, 2008, whenever that was, the basses had it too, because the bodies were the same. I think they probably had something different. The neck was different, but
okay.
And I think the pickups were the same too, because they were just rail humbuckers, and they had a treble one and a bass one, and you could switch them out. And to be honest with you, I can't remember that there was that much difference between them. But so I still have both of them, and I picked one, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But it's neat, and it's neat to be able to go, I want to change out my pickup, and it's not a big imposition to do.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat trick.
It's also, once you find the sound that you like, it's also something that you will never do unless somebody comes over and you go, hey, check it out. Yeah.
And then you lose the other pickup.
Or the set screw, or
Doug wants to know, what's the name of that rattle can paint that dries harder?
Hi, Doug. That's that
Spray Max 2K.
Now, it is my understanding that Big Brad way up in Canada, has a brand new video out.
Yeah.
Talking about a game changer spray can pickup. Game changer spray can paint. I don't know. I haven't watched it. It came out like 50 minutes before we went live, and I didn't have a chance to watch it. So maybe Brad's got something even more badass.
Than
Spray Max
2K.
But yeah, anything that catalyzes is pretty neat, though.
Yeah, that whole in the can thing. That might be neater than nitro beer in a bottle.
I don't know, dude. That's pretty cool.
Pretty neat,
That's
too.
good, too. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's all the questions that we have?
Yeah.
Well, so Chris, let's talk a little bit about GGBO, and let's talk a little bit about our double whammy of reveal for tomorrow.
All right.
So when do you want to make the video for Great Guitar Build Off, and when do you want to do 2022 class schedule?
Well, so we should do class schedule sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
The GGBO thing we could do, maybe that'd be like a good Sunday thing.
Like where we sit around and watch. Well, are you coming in?
I'm coming in Sunday.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
We're taking Monday and Tuesday off next week.
Still, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's shoot for. Let's do some of that stuff Friday, Saturday, Sunday if we get time while we're not swapping out the door with Brandon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Great Guitar Build Off stuff coming very, very soon. I think Chris and I are going to do that on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for me to not look at this stuff before then, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put it. Yeah. I'm gonna play online.
You know what we should do is you and I could sit down and just sort of look through, see who the contestants are, look at some of it, and have some idea before we sit down and start.
You want to do that?
We can be
okay.
Well, yeah, we could even maybe film some of it where we're like, oh.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll figure out how we want to make the video first. Man, look how cool my shirt is.
Don't figure out how we're going to make the video. That's going to take all the fun out of it.
We're gonna figure out all the neat stuff we're gonna do. Anyway,
right.
You'll see.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do class stuff this weekend too. We have to do it.
Yep. Otherwise, how's anybody going to come out and enjoy us?
Yeah, that's right. We're wildly fun. Okay, tomorrow at 5:00 Mountain Time, we're going to be doing a double reveal. Of two guitars one that we've never made before. This is the first one we've done, and one that we haven't done one of for a long time. Have we done any? We did one since we've been in the new shop, so that's 2 years ago, right? Remember the black limbo one? Okay.
Yeah. I thought we did another one, but we probably didn't. No, I don't think we did.
All right, guys.
So it's gonna be good stuff.
All right, so hold on one thing. Rob says, hey guys, I uploaded a build on YouTube today. You might remember I lost all the footage and put me in the competition, but would still like your input. Rob, send me a link to your video. That would be really cool, man. Send me an email. That would be the best way to do it. Somebody should make a shirt of me wearing this shirt. You know how cool that would be? We have Infinity's shirt.
And then you could paint that on the side of a van. We're getting a shop van. We're not.
Why don't we get a shop van / truck? Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
We'll be just like Doug Cower.
We're going to spend a whole lot of money on Grandpa's old truck.
We want to be just like Doug Cower. All right. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. It was fun hanging out with you guys. Always cool to see what you guys are up to, and I hope that you guys are staying safe. It sounds like the whole world's fucking exploding around us. So
Dylan should wear a shirt of you wearing that shirt.
He should. Yeah. That is rad. Okay, thank you to Dylan and Leslie for sending me this awesome shirt.
We have to go watch their show now.
Are they doing one today?
I don't know.
We can't imagine why they wouldn't. Okay.
Why would they not be?
I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the double reveal. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. Thanks for watching, you guys. Chris, take us home.
See ya.